Hey, what's going on, guys? Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Hope all is well. Want to kick things off today showing this video clip. Some of you may have already seen this, but I do want to show it. Again, this is not just, anybody. This is Glenn H. Hutchins. And again, for those of you that do not know, he happens to be a co-founder of a $39 billion private equity firm. You may have heard of it, Silver Lake Partners. So listen to what he says and has to say about blockchain technology, specifically the token or the transfer of value, the medium, the bridge asset. And I just basically want you to imagine this being XRP. So before he even starts, he says, again, this analogy, the token today will be like the boxcar. Again, that is XRP. It's transferring the information, okay, or the value. The blockchain, again, is like the cargo, the invoice, the manifest, similar to the XRP ledger or the RCL today. And then also the protocol specifically is the rails, or in this case, it could be interledger protocol. Again, bridging between various networks or ledgers. All right, so just listen up.
Think about the cryptocurrency world. There are three parts of it: the blockchain, the token, and the protocol. And the three of them operate together to create one solution, one integrated solution that has the capacity to revolutionize the way we move things of value around the world. Let me use a railroad analogy to make the point. The token is the equivalent of the boxcar. It's the thing into which you embed something of digital value that needs to be moved from one place to another, from one part of a blockchain to another.
And this could be records, information, any type of information, really. It's, again, keep in mind, blockchain or just DLT specifically is a type of database, okay? A distributed ledger. It's just more distributed.
The blockchain is the cargo invoice, is the invoice and the cargo manifest. And the rails is the protocol. And you have to think about all three as one integrated solution that enables you to accomplish the purpose of moving anything of value around the world at the speed of light at no cost, the way we talk about email today. People who just talk about blockchain are talking about something very interesting, but it's a piece of enterprise technology that's an advanced database. And a private blockchain unconnected to the global, to the Bitcoin or another digital currency blockchain is the equivalent of the intranet. Mm-hmm. Remember we had intranets to begin with, where it was really cool. You could do internal communication with people in your own companies, but it wasn't really until those intranets were connected via the internet protocol.
Interesting. So again, think of an intranet, perhaps an intranetwork of a closed permissioned database. For example, JPM coin is a closed silo, meaning that they do not interoperate with other ecosystems or other networks. If Bank of America wanted to make their own coin, how would they interoperate? Again, they need a bridge asset, an agnostic protocol. Does it make sense? Do you guys understand where XRP's role could play specifically, or any other digital asset for that matter? All right, keep listening.
To other intranets to create the world wide web of intranets called the internet.
Again, the internet by definition is essentially a network of networks. So with obviously this new global financial system or whatever is going to occur in the future, with DLT being one part of it, this will be, again, bridged by potentially protocols like Interledger, right? And a network of ledgers per se, of distributed databases, and each network, each token can have its own use case. Again, XRP specifically for this example would just be a simple bridge asset.
That the world changed. The world is going to change in finance when we connect the private blockchains via the Bitcoin or Ethereum or other protocol.
XRP's never named in anything.
To the other blockchains in the world, have a global blockchain that's the world wide web of blockchains that'll fundamentally change the way in which not only do we move value around the world at the speed of light, but also in which we actually fundamentally change the way in which we compute, because it's the fourth computing paradigm I've experienced in my lifetime, the decentralized computing paradigm. That is the vision of where we can really go with this.
And I can assure you guys that this gentleman and his investors are taking advantage of this wealth transfer that will be occurring. It's not something that just happens overnight. This is occurring day in and day out if you are paying attention. Very few people, besides obviously crypto investors, which are arguably learning some of the best skills that an investor can learn. Obviously, most of you have, I'm assuming, some have lost money. Some have endured crazy amounts of patience. Some have endured volatility. Some have had to do so much research into what they understand that now they no longer longer, have fear regarding certain investments. Again, nothing is guaranteed, but I'm telling you, some of the foundations that some of you have learned in the past few years are going to, go with you for the rest of your life. All right. So I do want to show you just a few tweets before covering some additional news. And yeah, I know Kevin's reading tweets, but I think that they're valuable and I wanted to share them with you. So Arturo Portilla, very smart gentleman, formerly head of XRP Center, says this. Fact, there's no way to send money from Mexico to the UK without going to a bank branch and manually filling an ancient form. By paper, guys. The only existing alternative today is crypto, and it might even be cheaper. What do you think they're going to decide? Now, again, this reminds me of, just think of standards across the board. Remember Chris Larson's example for, again, standardizing the railroads, or not the railroads, the boxcar, the shipping container, excuse me. I'm thinking boxcar because of Glenn Hutchins' video. Again, guys, a single standard, even ISO. Why is RippleNet so popular? Because it standardizes everything. It's the same information in the same spot. It's not, different digits of a phone number, different digits. Maybe one account wants 9 digits and the other has 13 in another country. That would be very confusing, and obviously that just sounds like the exact corresponding banking network today. Correspondent banking network, guys. All right, inefficient, no standards. Obviously, it's just going to make it a lot more clunky. Alternatives today are crypto. All right, next. So we have, again, Cameron Winklevoss, one of the brothers. He is the co-founder of the exchange Gemini. Now, stay with me here, and I just want you to look at this. All right, so he says Bitcoin works like your email. It's borderless, never sleeps. Any amounts can be sent anywhere in the world over the internet, 24/7, 365. There's never been a commodity in the history of the world that has ever been this portable. So he's comparing it to the likes of wheat, gold, anything in between, oil. All right. So again, he just talks about that. And again, she goes, this lady right here says, only thing is it's slow, but I do love it. His retort, because he's only comparing it to a commodity, is not as slow as moving a bar of gold or a barrel of oil. Now, although he may be right, at the end of the day, businesses are going to be basing everything off cold, hard math and efficiency. So are fees, network congestion, and time to even, have confirmations going to be sufficient for the new world? I highly doubt it. Okay, even Lazarus, the Model T is much faster than a walking 2. Again, guys, and I just saw this because I saw Brady Neal sharing it. He's not comparing, apples to apples. Again, I could name probably close to 4,000 other digital assets that are faster. Now, obviously, the new economy, people, businesses, institutions are going to value different things. I just don't believe that it will be Bitcoin. Could it continue to be that store value narrative? Perhaps. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, guys, to solve, specifically cross-border payments, it's not going to be Bitcoin. That's all. All right, next, and then also, XRP Darren, guys, definite follow, Fame 21 more. The reckless monetary and fiscal policies makes investing in crypto easy today, specifically, guys. This chaos creates a huge opportunity, as bad as that may sound. So if we had sound global, if we had a sound global economy, my holdings would be a lot less. Absolutely, it wouldn't seem to make as much sense, and we will be finding out shortly. All right, next up, XRP Quantum Leap sharing this. Thank you for the tag. So we have, again, mentioned the Financial Conduct Authority in the UK. Well, why are they relevant? Well, besides allowing now RippleNet Partner to receive their EMI, their Electronic Money Institution license, which essentially allows them to issue e-money and provide cross-border digital payment services in the UK, we remember mentioning the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, specifically saying that XRP is not a security as well. All right, can you guys see the clarity? Can you see who is connected? And can you see kind of just everything being set up for global domination? In my opinion, I think that RippleNet is going to get a huge slice of this pie in the future. All right, and it's because there's so much friction that exists today. On Ripple.com, again, this is a customer case study of Neum. They mention customers like BTech that they helped in Brazil. Of course, at least 35 countries currently, and notice that this video is from 2019. So talking about friction, talking about the same narrative as always. In this video, they mention obviously with RippleNet being able to improve their cost savings, they can focus on other endeavors such as machine learning. All right. So again, Southeast Asia, there's tons and tons of friction. You can think of, the Philippines, Thailand, etc. But then we can even go to other regions like the UAE, which we will talk about. The fees are ridiculous. This is helping everyday people. Notice 8 weeks to begin leveraging RippleNet. Remember, Ripple is now a lot more, or it's migrating more to be cloud-based as well. 98% savings on domestic rate or transfers for customers. That is insane. All right. So if you guys want to read these, highly recommend it. It's just some great case studies on Ripple's website. All right. Now let's talk about Neum. So we again registered or now licensed by the Financial Conduct Authority. Now let's talk about what else they've been up to. Ripple's partner Neum teams up with major payment firm Teledollar in Costa Rica. All right, so spreading now through Latin America as well. So no surprise, again, you can stay high level. And then also Neum works with Visa Direct. Now, again, when I'm looking at these, I go through it, but at the same time, guys, you don't want to waste your time with the minutia every single time. Just understand that the partners are typically integrated. It is very common for financial institutions to team up and leverage each other to some degree. And the cool thing is, though, that RippleNet, again, is creating really just a global platform. I mean, it really does have a rippling effect, and it will be reaching as many groups as possible. For example, Neum has, a good at least 60 financial institutions plugged into them right away. So think of them as hubs. Think of them as organizations, platforms that need to be multi-currency and need to send payments on a daily basis. And then think about what we mentioned earlier, how specifically in areas in the United States and Mexico for cross-border payments, they have to fill out forms by hand to transfer money, and it is still waiting for human intervention. And the correspondent banking network still relies on that in parts. That is insane, guys. Nothing is autonomous. Can you imagine how automated we can make everything via smart contracts? Absolutely crazy. Right, so notice here, Neum has managed to obtain a license from the Central Bank of Indonesia as well. Working with Visa Direct, it allows Neum's customers to receive remittances directly into their bank accounts. It's all about just improving payments. Again, they're leveraging Visa Direct here. They may leverage RippleNet in other places. This is not a RippleNet killer. Again, people really need to understand their investment a lot better and what this means for the future, okay? Again, corridors, Singapore, fintech hotbed. Just pay attention to all of this. They're all being interconnected. And again, payments are going to be approaching and going cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And I think we are aware of the cheapest option and what it means for fees to go to near zero. All right. Next, again, so Ripple partner NBF, the National Bank of Fujairah. As we know, they have teamed up again with the SME. This is a small medium enterprise platform in the UAE. So we were just talking about them. Again, NBF is a rather large organization. And just so you can see here, Visa and the Emirates telecom giants, I'm going to butcher this name, let's just say Etisalat, feel free to correct me, has been launched under the name NBF Connect. This platform will be the first to cater to the interests and needs of SME, small medium enterprise in the UAE. Remember what Navin Gupta said of Ripple, again, the Middle East, Northern Africa region. He said that fees were 9-10%? Absolutely insane. Guys, some areas domestically there's friction, but let's just focus on cross-border payments alone. There's plenty of friction, plenty of market share to clean up in the meantime. All right, pay attention to what these guys are doing. Again, you can watch RippleNet partners, you can watch RippleNet competitors, and you're going to really start seeing similarities overall. Okay, so again, NBF is a well-known RippleNet partner. This is not conspiracy, this is just fact. So guys, do that with what you will. All right, so again, the bank was going to take advantages RippleNet to send remittances to India. All right, next, let's keep going here. I want to talk about Tech Mahindra to offer blockchain solutions on AWS, Amazon Web Services. We know many groups, even, Microsoft Azure, Tomato, are, migrating and helping a lot of these solutions go to the cloud. Should be no surprise, guys. And also, remember, Tech Mahindra is a well-known RippleNet partner. I even remember, I believe it was this year or last year, King Solomon had some interesting finds with Tech Mahindra, talking about, it was like a T-block accelerator and showing like literally Ripple in a slideshow, just mentioned as like a direct partner for their services. This should be no surprise to you guys. They're all just trying to improve payments. If you have a system or, software that can make payments cheaper, obviously it's going to happen sooner than later. Period. Some people, just like, Accenture, they're not necessarily going to want to build their own in-house platform. So Accenture leverages Ripple for certain things, just as they're helping as the lead architect of the digital dollar project. Make sense? All right, so we will see what the markets are going to be doing today, guys. I know everything's been trending sideways. I know the Dow Jones has been going down. I know Tesla is down, things of that nature. Really, really eerie month thus far. And I know I put this on Twitter, but I'm kind of curious what you guys think. So I'd be really interested to see the overall statistics of when cryptocurrency dumps. So for example, when we saw like last week when Bitcoin came down, a little bit, do you think, are there really more people selling and giving up on their investments during that time while the whales are just manipulating the price down to snag up all the good prices? Or are there actually more people buying those dips and accumulating massive amounts? Because, statistically, if, AI is involved, wouldn't it make more sense to only do it if it really scared people out and allowed them to accumulate more? If it wasn't profitable for the whales to manipulate the market, they wouldn't be doing it. So, my theory is it has to be statistically a little bit more profitable than not for them to be doing it in the first place. I just want to know what you guys think. Genuinely curious, and I'm not sure we'll ever have the data to really confirm that. And then also, guys, I just want to emphasize this. So I love XRP. It is one of my biggest investments. It will be, and I'm not going to be touching it for a long time. I believe in it. I think it has the most sound fundamentals and obviously has some of the highest price potential per the technology and per where we are today. However, I just don't like, the tribalist silly names that this community gives each other. So I don't really want to say like I'm a part of the XRP army because I'm not fighting anybody. I'm simply looking to invest in protocols and assets that are going to change the game. So I'm never going to consider myself a member of this army. I'm not in war at war with anybody, guys. I'm just another dude, another community member, and honestly, we all know what is happening across the board. The best assets are being set up to win on a level playing field. The best protocols, the best networks. It is what what will happen. Period. It's going to be based off of cold, hard math. Eventually, tier 1 banks are either going to try to create their own products or be forced to adopt. We know governments, they do not innovate. They're going to be adopting technology. We have Brian Brooks saying that we will hear, additional news or perhaps regulation within weeks during that interview. So within weeks, guys, not months. So I'm kind of really curious and anticipating what he's saying and how it would even affect crypto assets specifically. And I just think that XRP is one from the beginning, an obvious contender in the space that should not be overlooked. It is some of the most sound fundamentals. There is a lot going behind the scenes. There's so much FUD propagated about it. I'm grateful for a lot of people in the XRP community, researchers, YouTubers, bloggers, everybody, because you have a role to play. I know we are here, early. It can be frustrating, but do I have doubt in my investment? Absolutely not. Period. All right. And then also, I was joking, but I do sincerely mean this as well. With, your crypto portfolio, bag size does not matter. It truly is how you use it. Which assets are you holding? What's your level of risk? What are your price targets or exits? Are you going to leave a little to ride for life? What is your level of patience? Where are you on the globe? What's your financial, situation? What do you want from, again, cryptocurrency? Is it about money? Is it technology? Is it just about improving your standard of living? What is it? Because again, guys, to each their own. We're all here to improve our lives. We're on the same team, period. And again, I'm excited for what the future may bring, and I'm going to be supporting many assets as I do. Why do I talk about XRP most? Because I love it. It is most interesting to me. I understand it a lot better. But yes, I've been diving in and trying to research a lot, probably maybe another 3 to 5 assets. But I'm really trying to do one at a time because they excite me. I'm, doing way more than just looking at the charts. If you're only doing that, you're going to be missing the rest of it. You have to. I think when you do a combined approach and do your best, and of course, there's trade-offs with each. So, I'm far from perfect. But when you try to really look at everything from a holistic point of view, I think that it really helps, at least for me personally, to each their own though. So if you guys want me to, specifically look into additional assets, please let me know. I'm kind of avoiding some of the microcap DeFi assets. Some of them could explode, and I wish you guys well. I have my eye on a few of them. I would never really throw any serious money at them or some liquid exchanges. Just too risky for me at this point. I've already had my fun with my level of risk earlier on in this game, but you guys let me know. For now, though, I'm definitely focused on, the top 100, top 150 crypto assets for now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. And again, whenever you're in doubt, just go back to this video. Just listen to Glenn H. Hutchins say this. Remember, Brian Brooks, it's not just me, some idiot on YouTube. Brian Brooks literally said that, again, these networks will be plugging into the public networks, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. So that is something big. This asset class is going to be happening with or without us, and I'm just happy to be, essentially a part of the game. So also, I highly recommend you guys just go and read some customer case studies for Ripple, learn about some of their other customers, and look at that specific impact. remember, the network effects is a real thing. All right, word of mouth, and you can look at the people in high places and see who is, going to swell this year, or, tuning in and speaking. Really, really exciting times ahead, guys. Stay focused. The price you see is not the future price. All right, take care, everybody. Appreciate it.